mean, you've been busy. I've been seeing you. What's up?
Yeah, I was coaching in the Dominican Republic briefly. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be, um, which is unfortunate, but grateful for the experience nonetheless. And here in Costa Rica right now, uh, just lending my experience where I can with skills training.
Okay. Well, at least you're still active in the basketball.
Yeah, yeah. Even started playing locally with the 45 and over.
Okay. I bet you still have the hops.
No,
Oh.
no hops whatsoever.
Well, anyway, okay,
I
coach.
probably jump as high as Jokic right now.
With your height, do you still need to jump?
Yeah, all these years of wear and tear finally caught up.
But I'm sure you heard about a Draymond Green incident, right?
Oh yeah, see those highlights all the time. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
coach,
He's got to get it together.
you were in it at a time that when the game was physical. I mean, I'm curious. What's your take on this? Draymond Green's actions.
Uh, with Draymond, you know, I think I think there must be some kind of chemical imbalance. For this guy to snap and do the things that he does time to time. There's never just one season where it's just been a clean season for him.
Mhm.
There's always something that's going on with this guy. It's been pretty consistent for him. So it's got to be something chemically wrong. You know, because back in our day it wouldn't have been tolerated just for his antics. Because there are a bunch of guys who would retaliate. Here no one's retaliating. I saw a clip where he got into a little scuffle with Ron Artest, and as soon as he recognized who it was over. You know, he went no further.
If he did that during your time, I mean, aside from retaliation, do you think he would be subject to sanctions or something?
Uh, so fines, yeah, fines and suspensions, yes.
So,
Fines and suspensions. Would it have been indefinite, or like they said it was? This time around, no, they just would have continued to fine him and suspend him. 5 games, 10 games, whatever, because that was the norm.
mhm. What can you say about it? Is it what you were expecting? I mean, the last time we talked, you said you saw him up and close. What he's showing now, is that what you expected?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. As long as he stays healthy, he's gonna have a great career. And this stuff is tailor made for him. Again, the physicality that I endured because our frames are the same, our body is the same, our game is the same, but it translates better to this era. Because he's not forced to play, back to the basket like I was. So it's to his advantage. And it's gonna do it's gonna bode him well as long as he stays healthy. That's the main thing. Gotta stay healthy, and he'll continue to impress him like he has been.
But what you're seeing now is, do you see still a lot of things that he hasn't shown?
Uh, no, just stay healthy. That's all he's got to do is stay healthy. Uh, the organization will get the right pieces around him. They're a really, really young team.
Yeah.
So they're all still learning. And they're just going to grow together. If they stay together, the team keeps them together, and allow them to grow together. They're going to learn how to win together. It's the same deal that the Pistons are going through. Everybody's so young. They're learning.
All right.
When I
Okay.
was with the Clippers, we were one of the youngest teams in the league. You know, we had a lot to learn basketball wise out there. You know,
Okay. You were talking about the Clippers are doing good right now, but I just wanted to ask you during your time. Do you still remember the guys that you had a tough time guarding from the opposing teams?
Hakeem Olajuwon, of course, Shaquille O'Neal. That's a given.
Okay.
That's a given. He was a challenge. Uh, David Robinson, because we were similar with footwork, and being able to step out to shoot. Uh, who else?
Patrick
I
Ewing.
don't want to leave. I don't want to. Well, I didn't get a chance to play too much against Pat because he was injured.
Okay.
I didn't get a chance to play against him too much. Uh, gosh, Sam Perkins was tricky.
Oh, okay.
He's another lefty. He can extend the floor. Very, very smooth. He wasn't the quickest guy, but he knew how to use his body well. You know, yeah, yeah.
Shaq is so big. How do you manage to guard someone that huge?
You gotta, you gotta try to meet him early. Try to, and even then, I'm 50 pounds lighter than the guy, so he's still gonna get to his spot. But I can try to slow him down as best as possible, and and I didn't have great success with it. You know what I mean? And so I reverted back to the old way of thinking. Okay, well, I'm a shot blocker, so let me try to get in the way and disrupt the shot. Let me try to get a piece of it at least if I don't block it. If not, okay, I'm on another poster. And then I was able to accept that because it's only 2 points.
How was it? I mean, first is how were you able to connect with Kobe?
Uh, you know what? Kobe, Kobe was a great person. He had a great heart. Super, ultra competitive guy who just wanted to get better. He wanted to be the best that he could be. You know, and my mindset at the time wasn't there.
Mhm.
Of course, yeah, I went and I played basketball 24/7. I go to the parks, any open runs, beach. This guy was at the gym, you know, during game days. He'd have an early workout, and then play the game and then a workout after. You know, my mindset wasn't like that. Of course, I go play pickup ball all day and then, okay, go play a game. But the way that he trained was just, it was a phenomenal thing because of the dedication he had. And, when it came to trying to be the best at his craft and wanting to dominate and, assert himself into the conversation as one of the greatest, and that's exactly what he did. His work ethic, he learned from Michael Jordan. Michael told him what he was doing, and he went and implemented it into his own, and we saw the results.
Yeah. But what is the best thing that you remember about this guy? I mean, I've been hearing his name. He's inspired a lot of people
Yeah,
even modern day players. What is the best thing that you reminds you about Kobe?
man, the best memory is the last time we saw each other. Well, I mean, because every time we played against each other, it was fun.
Mhm.
When we played together in the Summer Pro League our rookie year, that was a lot of fun. You know, but playing against each other, it was always it was always it was always great because we would talk trash to each other. I block his dunk attempts. He finally got a dunk on me the last time we went up. He happened to shift the ball over, and I rotated too late, and he got it. And you know, we're jogging back down the court. He elbows me in the ribs. Completely unexpected, knocked the wind out of me. But I tried to keep my cool. Even though I couldn't breathe at the time, I tried to, try to keep my cool and smile. And he said, "I finally got you. I finally got you." You know. But the last time I saw him was at the Drew League, uh, and the summer before he passed. And I had just I had brought over some players from China,
Mhm.
from Drew League China, and I went over to him, snuck up behind him. He was sitting there with his daughter, who was Gigi. I said, "Hey, don't you still owe me some laps?" And he caught my voice, and he just automatically balls claws. Laughs, and then he stands up. His daughter's looking up at me like, "Okay, who is this tall guy?" So I hadn't seen him in years. I hadn't seen him since 2000. So now it's no, yes, that's 2000, 2001. So
Mhm.
now it's 2019 when I see him. Yeah, it was 2019 when I saw him, and all that time passed. He got up, man. He gave me the biggest hug, you know, and we just sat there and caught up for a couple minutes while everything's just going on around us. And I got him to sign an autograph. I got him to autograph my Drew League jersey for my players from China, so that they could have it as a keepsake. I got autographs from all the NBA guys who were there: Scottie Pippen, DeMar DeRozan, Nick Young, uh, Bobby Brown. Who else? There are quite a few. Brandon Bowman, quite a few people that were there. You know, So, but his was the last one that I ended up getting, surprisingly, for the player. And once I told him, I said, "Hey, man, the Drew League ambassador of China." I said, "Over here across the court, got about 8 guys that are brought over from China." I said, "Where?" I pointed up, and everybody's just yelling, "Kobe, Kobe!" They're going crazy. He stood up and he waved to them, and they went even crazier. Because it was the first time they got to see him. And these are guys who came from different parts of different provinces in China, you know. Uh, so to see one of their idols, one of their basketball idols, that close and be acknowledged by him with a wave and a smile from across the court, that was everything. And, remembering that, you know, our impact as professional athletes on the fans, it's everything, it's everything. That's why I always acknowledge my fans. I always stop to take a picture with them. I always sign an autograph with them, for them, because that's something that's gonna have it's gonna last a lifetime for them.
True, true.
It's gonna last a lifetime. What he did, and what I mean, the Mamba Academy,
Mhm.
the impact that he had on those players, gonna last a lifetime.
All right, Coach. I was saying the last time we talked, I remember the time you told me that you were trying to get him to hang out, but he didn't want to because
Yeah,
okay, can you refresh me on that?
yeah. When I was a rookie, I was so excited about being in the NBA. Call Kobe. I asked him to come hang out with me. I called him 7 straight days, and each time he said the same thing. It was either I'm just getting in from a workout, or I'm headed out. I'm on my way to another workout. Every single day. And again, my mindset wasn't there.
Hmm.
You know, and I took offense to it instead of respecting the fact that he's grinding, he's working hard. I took offense to it. You don't want to hang out with me? All right, fine, forget you. I blocked his number and deleted the contact from my phone. You know, yeah. But again, it was just the mindset that he had. On dominated the game from his position. And so he was driven. He was driven to be the best that he could be.
Okay. So how did you patch things up or something like that?
It was it was always things were always fine between us.
Okay.
We when we saw each other, we were always pleasant towards each other. Can you still hear me clearly?
Yeah, I
Okay,
do.
all right. We were always pleasant towards each other. So, there was no real love lost between us at all. You
Okay.
know, it just took a while for me to understand, this is what he's doing. But I never asked for the number again or anything. It was just, I know where to find him.
Okay.
If I need to contact him, I'll contact his parents or one of his sisters to get in touch with him. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Coach, just curious, where did I mean you when you were in NBA? Okay, I understand that you had this good relationship, but where did this bond between you and Kobe really start? Where did it start?
Summer Pro League.
Is it
Summer
Summer
Pro
Pro
League.
League?
Yeah, because I had coached him 2 years prior at the ABCD camp.
Okay.
Yeah, I had coached him there, and made us behind run sprints.
Mm-hmm.
Made the team run sprints afterwards, just giving them a different look, preparing them for college. Because college coaches they'll spring you know different things at you just to test your mentality, your mental toughness. And because we were dominating, I would make my team run after every game. But there was an incident where he didn't want to run, and his father got involved and hit him in the chest in front of everybody. And made him cry and scolded him.
Mm-hmm.
And his father repeated to him, "Hey, I told you the same thing that Coach Kloss is telling you. These coaches are going to throw everything at you. They want to see where you're at mentally, so you have to be ready." You know, and now you get to see it for yourself for the first time. Um, but after that, 2 years later, we're teammates in the Summer Pro League, the LA Summer Pro League. And that's where we really got the bond as teammates. And even then he was dominating.
Mm-hmm.
He had the ultra green light. Derek Fisher was on the team, Ace Custis from Virginia Tech, who was A10 Player of the Year, James Forrest. There were quite a few people who had called. I mean, who were on the team, and the guy he was just a man out there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But that's where we bonded as teammates.
Okay. Okay. Well, I know you know this the problems he had with the Lakers before with Shaq. Did he ever share anything with you or consult you or anything confide with you? The problems that Kobe had with Shaq and the Lakers and everything and Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
Was there ever a time he consulted you or asked you to tell you anything about those things?
Oh, not at all. Not at all, man. We never spoke about it because I understood it was just a competitive thing.
Mm-hmm.
You had two alphas. It's two dominant males. It's the same thing with pets. You get two. Somebody's trying to assert dominance.
Mm-hmm.
To be the leader of the pack, and you had two big egos who were trying to be the leader of the pack, and so they clash.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a natural thing. It's a natural thing. But they parlayed it into three straight championships.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I have to ask you, what's your take here on Kobe being in the GOAT conversations? Where do you think?
He absolutely he absolutely deserves to be in the conversation. I got him ranked at 3 right now,
All
to
right.
be honest. Behind and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Jordan, they can interchange at 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got Kobe definitely at number 3.
Okay. All right. Okay. So Jordan and Kareem at number 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Okay. No LeBron James, huh?
No, no.
That meeting with Gigi, this is the last time you talked to him, saw him, Kobe.
Yeah, that was the last time I saw him and was able to speak to him. touch him with the hug, Yeah, that was the
Okay,
last time.
when you heard about him untimely passing? I mean, what happened to you, or what did you feel then?
I, honestly, man, I was in a state of shock and in extreme grief. Um, I was expecting a baby at that time,
Oh,
and so I was. We were actually at the hospital for a checkup. When I got the call, and I broke down. You know, my mom ended up calling one of my teammates, Tyrone Nesby, called, and you know, he was asking me if it was true because I was there in California at the time. I'm telling him, man, I can't be. I haven't heard anything, and so he's telling me about all these reports and notifications that he's getting and messages, calls from people. Nobody had called me. I'm in a hospital, so I'm not, you know,
yeah.
caught up on anything.
Mm-hmm.
And my mother called in the middle of our conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Oh man, that's my mom calling." And he said, "Uh-oh." I said, "Man, it just can't be." And I clicked over to my mom, and the first thing she said is, "Sweetie, I'm so sorry." And I said, "No, it can't be true." And I explained to her, I'm talking to Tyrone right now about the same thing. He's asking me,
Mm-hmm.
and you're calling him, you know. It just, I was just overcome with emotion, and then I tried to call Tracy Murray because he was a shooting coach for the Lakers maybe the year before, 2 years before. Man, he didn't answer his phone, and he always answers my calls. But when he didn't answer that time, it, that was even more confirmation, and I called Tyrone back and I said, man, Tracy's not even answering, oh no. And then people were, as I'm walking by back into the hospital, I'm trying to keep it together, but I can't.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I fought it, the emotions came out more and more, stronger and stronger. And, I was crying like a kid that was actually in a lot of trouble, you know, and went back in to ask what was wrong. And I said, Kobe, Kobe just died in a helicopter crash. We got to go. And I cried the whole way home, and went out to my backyard and cried by myself in the backyard some more. And calls started coming in from different guys that we had played against. And yeah, and then a month later, I mean, it was just, gosh, it was just a very very tough time.
Okay, Coach. My last question before I let you go. Given what Kobe has done for basketball, given his talent, given his accomplishments, do you think there will ever be a player who can at least reach that caliber of Kobe?
Ooh, you know what? Honestly, with the way that the game has changed so much,
Mm-hmm.
and he's from an old school era. His game, he started in the old school era,
Yeah.
and then came into this era. You know, uh, whether with the change of the rules and everything, will there be another player like him? No,
Mm-hmm.
no. Possibly, we thought there would never be another Jordan,
Yeah.
and he was Jordan 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
So, is it possible? Yes, but highly unlikely.
Mm-hmm. Given the conditions we have right now.
Yeah, yeah. Now, if they could change the game back to the way it used to be, and include the physicality and all that, and take away this traveling,
Mm-hmm.
start calling the travel again.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hey, I know what you mean.
yeah, they can't even get to the basket without traveling. So,
Yeah.
but to do it at a time that he did it, under the conditions that he did it, you know, the conditions now is too easy. So, no.
All right.